Hey there viewers, my name is Torinski and welcome back to another DCSS Sunday. Today we're of course jumping right back into the usual routine trying to get a win with every deity in the game. Where we last left off, it started an Uskayaw run. I can't remember, I believe it came from a faded altar, at least I'd hope so. Because it turns out, after double checking through the old videos and VODs, that I have already won with Uskayaw. It was the second one that we won with. It was Hep, then Uskayaw. So unfortunately, we're getting a bit redundant here, but at the end of the day, still was a super fun run. Got the first couple of runes and belts, had just started delving through vaults. So let's finish off strong, and then we can get back to the gods that we haven't quite yet touched yet, eh? But of course, who knows what the dungeon has in store, so without further ado, let's just get ready to hop back into it with ADOM here. Also, hey Zoa, how's it going? Hope you've had a fantastic week here, a wonderful weekend, of course. Always lovely to see you. And, okie dokes, is there anything we want to get out of the way here? Any housekeeping before we jump into the main thrust of things? I mean, a couple of little things. One is that I wanted to check out shields that we had lying around, because we could upgrade to a kite shield pretty relatively quickly here. I'll amend that. But I also see that we have a +2 buckler that we should just be using. No reason not to. So let us head up that direction, shall we? And we can switch out to that bad boy right away, and then potentially still think about switching over to a better shield as we get going. So let's search that again. I guess, do I want to carry around a kite shield? Don't really have the inventory space for it. At least not with my inventory management. So maybe we'll sit tight on that for now. That's looking pretty good. But I did also want to do a quick search. Do we have any other enchanted rapiers? Oof, unfortunately, we do not. Should also check my phone here. Have some work stuff going on. I'll have to jump onto that as soon as we are wrapped up here. But unfortunately, no other enchanted rapiers. I was hoping that we could use our brand weapon scrolls on a different one, save the draining as a good backup, because it does work pretty well. As long as our enemies aren't undead, I'm fairly happy to keep going forward with that. But, oops, let's try that again with a go instead of find, and head right back to vaults, because it looks like for the moment here, we'll just sit tight. Hopefully, we're feeling pretty solid as is, and we can always hope that a better rapier shows up, or worse comes to worse, I just enchant the buddy that we're wielding right now, and we'll probably be good for the majority of the game. But for the moment here, let's just jump back into it. I'm going to get out of sightline of our Convoker friend, let them come to us, just so we reduce the chances of them phoning a friend here. Beautiful. And some demon knights, hey? Should have probably checked what the odds of that wizard sending us to the abyss, but not the end of the world. In fact, I think we went to the abyss on this character last week, didn't we? Kind of forgot that we had an unscheduled trip and we fortunately made it out in one piece. So maybe not quite the death sentence that it otherwise can be. I'm going to take these sons of guns to a slightly reduced choke point there instead of having all of them hitting us at the same time. Beautiful. How many runes do we want to go for? I'm probably just happy with the 3, especially since we have our Uskayaw. I don't know, if things are really tickling our fancy, we could always extend it into the 5 basic runes. Could do an extended, but I kind of want to get back on track to the gods that we haven't gone the wins with. Eventually, we're going to want to get through this Polytheist series. But we'll see how it goes. As we immediately, turn 1, seeing that wizard get sent into the abyss, so I guess that was a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy at the end of the day, but we'll pop ourselves into a little bit of a cubbyhole here just to reduce the number of friends that the Guardian Serpent can call in there. And that's not too shabby. Another thing I would like to do See if we can get a little bit of wiggle room here. Let's swap over. Keep equipping myself. Probably shouldn't, but I'm gonna go for it. Okay, yes, did not take too many turns, and do get that regeneration. Of course, it's not going to be attuned to our body until we manage to heal up to full, which turning out to be a little bit more of a challenge than I was originally expecting here. I thought we had found ourselves a nice little cubbyhole. Come on. Son of a gun. And electricity we don't do great against, but just a couple of doggo friends should not be the end of the world. I say as we start to feel, or rather look a little worse for wear. I also should not step away while we have a stun going on. Let me grand finale you, just get you out of the picture here, and let's slow down maybe a little bit, shall we? A bald greedy demon spawn. Wait, is that... Oh, that's the rune? I didn't even notice. A, that we were on Abyss 3, and B, that there seems to be the rune right there. Huh. Well, that's an interesting proposition. Regardless, I have to survive the next few moments here, which is in no way, shape, or form guaranteed. Unfortunately, those buddies can see invisible. Lich, I believe, definitely can see invisible. So that's not really an option for us. I don't think fear is going to do much to these sons of guns. Could just start, like, chain blinking away. Don't have very many blink scrolls. 3 isn't going to get us too far in this abyssal environment, but we could pop down here if we wanted. What other alternatives do we have? We could try to turn someone to us. Infinite will is obviously not going to happen. Big shocker there. How's our Evo? Mirror strong enemy. Evo's actually pretty solid, 14. So we definitely could mirror someone. I guess it would be the Lich here. Can I survive 1 turn? It's in no way guaranteed, but I don't hate that. So let's phone a friend, phone another friend. Don't take too much damage. Okay. Still not quite at breathe a sigh of relief stage, but at the very least, we feel slightly better about ourselves. Oh, beautiful work from our, what are you? An Elder Stingfire Beast. Fantastic. Should also try to take out that son of a gun right away so that we're no longer sick, or at least we won't be sick as soon as we get out of the status here. Because limiting our regeneration is definitely not gonna go over well for us here. Okay, so we're back down to 22. Taking care of most of our friends, but I hate that we have yet another wretched star coming our way because of Force Lance. Not gonna go exceptionally well for us. I'm out of range of that right now, though, right? For the moment here, yeah, range of 3. So what I think I'm gonna do is quaff a haste. 1 more heal wounds. And then we do get hit by that Force Lance. Makes sense. But we're in a little bit of a better spot here. Unfortunately, we don't get another dance solo. Oh, and I lose my ability to drink potions. Welp. It's not great. At the very least, we have the Abomination blocking the Wretched Star from launching anything our way. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Minus 30% frailty for our health. Oof, oof, oof. So, what can I do here? I mean, we could pull some fog. Doesn't really do too much for us. Could just keep running temporarily. Try to use my speed, but I'm very concerned about just running into new enemies as we go. Holy moly. Apocalypse Crab comes into view. Is this true, DCSS? Question from the audience here. Which direction? Oh, no, that direction. Welp, I have a sneaking suspicion this is going to be the end of us. If I can just get my ability to drink potions back. Ooh, okay, there we go. Drink a heal wounds immediately. Maybe jump over this direction where we have a little bit more room to play around with. Covered in liquid flames, that's exactly what we were hoping for. Oh, and our system completely rejects the healing effects of potions, so no opportunity to do anything in that department here, unfortunately. I'll read a teleport and hope we survive a few more turns. Ooh, a Zyme. That is not grand, my friends, but 16 damage on you is not the end of the world. Oh my gosh, we're gone. Does mean that we're not going to get a cheeky third rune here, but maybe, just maybe. And yeah, Summon Scroll is what I was hoping for as well, for sure. Unfortunately, kind of lacking in that department. Don't have a lot of options going for us here. The gateway out. I am in rough shape, though. So I don't know our odds of surviving outside of here, especially since we could just take a fireball to the face from that wizard the moment we get out. At least fear will work on lots of the Sons of Guns out there. Up to 40 damage from you. I think I just have to go for it. See what happens. And then, do I start with a fear? I guess I should probably blink first, right? In fact, yeah, let's not get too crazy here. And we'll just blink as far away as I can make it, and then run my little heart out. Holy moly. A little bit more excitement than I was expecting this early on, and we do have to work off all of these temporary mutations, or else we are going to be in for a wild ride here. Heaps of trouble. So let's see. When that wizard sent us, it was with an 8% chance. So not even great odds, but unfortunately it was enough. But there we go. We feel more robust immediately. So let's head upstairs, rest off our berserk. And holy moly. Yeah, okay. This berserkite is going to be a pain in the rear. Potentially just got rid of it there, though. Let's see. No more temporary mutations. Fantastic. So it seems, at least for the moment, that we've survived this chapter in our life. Obviously no guarantees for the future still, but at the very least, we can be happy to have gone out of there in one piece. And a malevolent trap hits us with a bit of Marcus here. Hello, Mark. Or rather, oh, hi, Mark. But okie dokie, we can just make everyone stunned in our dancing and work our way through the rest of the crowd. Shouldn't be too much to worry about there. I guess technically could have finished off with a little bit of grand finale, but not necessary at the end of the day. If you manage to split that slime, otherwise that titanic slime definitely could have been a bit of a trouble spot for us, to say the least. Otherwise, hopefully, this is an indication that we're just back on the straight and narrow here, looking much, much better. At least for this very moment in time. Hello there, Marjorie. A bunch of fire damage does mean that we're almost immediately going to lose our ice armor from our mutation, but I think, just go for a haste. Yeah, there we go. Ice shield melted, of course. And beautiful. As soon as we get a little bit of corrosion action in, not too difficult to deal with our good old fiery friend. Holy moly. Would I be able to find this witch again? The rune again? Or is it lost forever? The rune? If you're talking about the Abyss rune, we are able to get that one again. Fortunately, it can show up endless number of times in all sorts of different permutations. At the end of the day, if you have to retreat, not too bad. Yeah, it's not like the Pandemonium runes where you have to get them before you leave. So we have the Abyss as an option in the future, and it was definitely up there on, or rather up there in terms of which rune we were hoping to go for, because usually on a character like this that has really good kind of sustainability over fights, it's generally a pretty solid idea to go with Abyss, though we do also have decent slime killing weapons at our disposal. Specifically, we can grand finale that son of a gun out of existence. So, definitely something to be said for any and all of the options arrayed before us. I guess Vaults I kind of glossed over, but probably won't want to go to Vaults 5 for our third rune at the very least. Curious how with the damage bond and the stun, you'd stun everyone in the vestibule or the entrance there, and then get some pretty good backstab damage. It's possible for sure, but I'm not too sure where I would land on going for that early at the very least. And let's make room for this scroll that is probably pretty useful to us. You know, acquirement, fantastic. Summoning, I'd be happy with. I forget the other two that were just there when we looked a minute ago. And, you know, I think I'll drop the poison darts. We're just about at that time where we're no longer going to be finding too much use for those sons of guns. Also does remind me to potentially take another look at our skills. I know we had info just on in the background here. Throwing is our up and coming, looking pretty close to its goal. But potentially, I'm thinking, we put on shields, try and switch up to a kite shield in the near future. We have such solid shielding or shield score here that I'd like to capitalize on that a little bit. Could also always go back to the Reflection Brand amulet. And this very, very quickly blew up. Many new friends for us to say hello to. Should probably get rid of that wizard before we take another unscheduled trip. We did get rid of that wizard. Unfortunately, I failed to recognize that another wizard sneaking up on us from around the outside was going to cause us problems, and now we're in Abyss 4. Each time we get sent down, we're in slightly rougher shape. We do find an exit right away at least, so that's nice. You know what, let me lock myself away in this tiny little cubbyhole, shall we? And we do get stun and pain share. Kill that wizard as soon as possible. Let's not repeat any of our failings, shall we? I do have an instant kill available. Yes, I could use it to have a short range blink here and potentially get away. But I don't mind hopping in just about there, and then we can probably take care of the rest of these sons of guns. Slightly risky for sure, but nothing we can't handle, and that is fantastic. Holy moly. Never a dull moment indeed. No kidding. Abyss Crawler definitely sums up this run, or at least how it's progressed so far. I guess we do have a Desolation of Salt. We saw nearby down here, so I'm guessing it's going to be... Oh, I thought tucked away in there, but turns out not so much. I don't really think I want to go to the Desolation of Salt. No idea where our invisible friend is. There we go. Thank you. It's distant now, so maybe we were actually heading towards it up here. Again, do I want to go into Desolation of Salt? Do I think that this character could deal with it? I guess potentially, as long as we get lucky with our piety upswings. So that could be interesting. but I'm probably happy to just play it a little bit on the safe side. This one got sent back to Mummy. Highly deserved for sure. And hey, Sun Life, how's it going? You tried some Cogmine today, you're very impressed. Nice, I've never played it, but I did watch Night Settler play it a few times back in the day. Because that was the kind of steampunky, I don't even know if it was steampunk or just tech, but it had all the augmented body parts where you could switch out things, I believe. It's been a while, for sure, but it looked very cool, for sure. Very, very interesting. Yeah, exactly. Nice. Yeah, no, that did look like a very cool game, for sure. Ooh, those angels... There was a doorway in there, wasn't there? Yikes. They're probably gonna come out and say hello to us, unfortunately. I kind of hate that. Oh. Did not realize that we're already at full stacks of piety there. Oh, and should probably be careful not to make the wrong steps around our harpy friend as well. Your piercing whistle nearby? Why does the game really want us to go to this desolation? You really wish DCSS had some of those, or some of these features? Well, you never know. It is a constantly evolving and developing game, so... Can't ever discount any potential feature from being added in at some point down the roadmap. Though I guess robotic limbs, maybe not on the forefront of the fantasy world development cycle, but at least something similar to it could always show up. Unfortunately, I don't know too much, again, about the specifics of the game to really have a valuable opinion. Okay. Focus down. Angels first and foremost. Thanks, my Convoker friends. Does mean I can remove that exclusion from earlier.